changed up on him and dropped it in for a called strike. And this one's downstairs. It's a ball and a strike. No runs, no hits, no errors for the Dodgers thus far. Oh, now here's a drive out to the alley. Betts rounds the corner and is headed home. He is safe at the plate, and they've tied it.
Now batting, right fielder, Cody Bellinger.
So here's Cody Bellinger as he rips it on the ground to second. And he will whip this one over to first in time for the out. One gone now in the Dodger fourth, and that'll bring up the big bat of Max Muncy. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Now it's 2-0.
Great situation to be up at the plate right now. But if you're on the mound, there is absolutely no reason to give in to him. Stay on the outer quadrants of the plate and don't get beat in the middle.
And the runner back. Two-zero count. The pitch. Liner toward right center. Gardner makes the catch. Now here comes the runner from third. And not in time as the run scores. So bases are empty here with two gone. And in steps a former World Series hero, the outfielder Jock Peterson. First offering on its way. Two runs on just one hit. No errors for the Dodgers thus far. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. Ready to go for the last half of the inning, and striding forward the designated hitter, Mike Tauchman.
The designated hitter.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And he jumps at a changeup, a swing and a miss. Fouled off. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. That misses 1-2.
Man, that's a good take there on that 0-2 fastball. Just missed. He must have a really good eye at the plate.
In the dirt, but swung on and missed. The throw to first is in time, one down. So the base is empty here with one away. And striding into the plate, it'll be Miguel Andujar. First pitch coming. Here it is.
No, that's inside.
The 1-0 home is laid off for ball two. A swing and a shot hit down the corner, but it bends just foul into the second deck. He's fallen behind now, 3-1. And a half swing here, but this is in there for a called strike two. And now in advance of a big 3-2 pitch, time is called at the plate as he'll press the reset button. Left field and deep. Back goes Peterson at the track, and that one is gone.
Now batting,
the 6'5" right-hander takes over on the mound.
Sanchez. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Now pitching for the Dodgers, number 49.
Into the box now, Gary Sanchez. And on the first pitch, he grounds foul. Comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ballgame. And now a pitch on the way. Started to go around there, but he holds up ball 1. Think he held up in time, but that becomes moot as it's a called strike two. And maybe trying to get him off stride at the plate, so he'll step out and ask for time. Ready on 1-2. And he lays off it to even the count 2-2. Here's the pitch. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Cutter, and it doesn't make it back. 3-2.
Count full.
Mike Ford will be next. And he misses ball 4, so he comes out of the bullpen and immediately walks the first man he faces.
The first baseman.
Now at the plate, Mike Ford. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Giancarlo Stanton will be summoned off the bench here as he'll pinch hit with the runner at first and 1 gone in the inning.
Your attention, please. Pinch hitting for the Yankees, number 27, Giancarlo Stanton.
Giancarlo swings, and this ball is hit well into left field. Into the second deck and gone.
Another excellent swing right there. That's multiple home runs in the same inning. Watch yourself. You're missing over the heart of the plate.
Now batting, second baseman, DJ LeMahieu.
And that sends DJ LeMahieu into the box. As he'll take a look at a strike right down the middle. It's 0-1. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Lifted in the air out towards left center. On the move is Betts. He gets there and makes a fine running play for the second out. Now back to the top of the lineup.
11.
Stepping in, Brett Gardner. It was a single for him in his last at-bat. Pitch on the way. Lifted down the line in left. And that will end up a foul ball. 3 runs already home here. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Another one sent foul. Oh, and 2, here it comes. Fouled away.
Hey, have an AB right here. I know it's frustrating the heck out of the pitcher. You keep fouling these pitches off, maybe one misses over the heart of the plate.
And he strikes him out here, so he's able to stop the bleeding a bit as this side is retired. All ready to go in the top of the 5th. And standing in is the DH, A.J. Pollard.
Things not looking very good so far in this one, but we're still in the middle innings. They're down by a couple of runs, and this would be the right place and the right time to get something going. The last thing they want to do is to try to come from behind and win this one in the 8th or 9th inning.
'50th pitch of the game on its way. Oh, had him chopping at that one. It's 0-1.
This offense has just been flailing at the plate all game long, so it's no wonder why they've only been able to pick up 1 hit so far. I'm not seeing much of a game plan from these hitters.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Fastball just misses. That's ball 1. Two balls and a strike.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Pollock in front, 3 balls and a strike.
Call didn't go his way on 2-1, but it's important here on 3-1 to still make a quality pitch. You have to have the mindset that you're still the one in the driver's seat.
Called strike 2, and now it's full 3-2. There's a swing and a high drive into left center field. Gardner going back, but he has no chance to make the play. It's off the wall. He's around second now as they're still searching for it out there. And he is into third with a leadoff triple.
Now batting, shortstop, Corey Seager.
Next at the plate will be Corey Seager. He swings and grounds it to short, and that's through into center field, base hit. And the runner from third scores as they try and work their way back into this one. It's now a 4-3 ball game.
Now batting, catcher, Will Smith.
So now to the plate, Will Smith. As he takes a called strike at the knees, it's 0-1. Looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at-bat. Now a swing, and the barrel of the bat breaks in two that time. And this is going to work out for him. It's an infield single to make it first and second now.
Now batting, number 9.
And he doesn't want him to get off to a big lead out there at second, so he steps off to look him back. At the plate now, Gavin Lux, as he'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. So far, 0 for 1 with a flyout. Line drive, and that's a base hit into center field. The tying run is in to score from second. It's a 4-4 game.
Now batting, the center fielder, Mookie Betts.
So that'll bring in Mookie Betts. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. 0 for 1 with a run scored thus far. And he takes a called strike 1.
That's a tough curveball right there to stay into as a lefty hitter. That ball looks like it's almost going to hit you, and it breaks over the inside half of the plate.
2-1 now to Mookie.
Has to be a challenge pitch coming up here. He probably doesn't want to flirt with loading the bases.
Now a spin and a throwback to second, but he gets back in time, safe at second base. 2-1, here it is. High in the air out to center field. After it is Gardner. He makes the catch, and the runner from second will tag and head for third. And he'll indeed move up 90 feet, putting runners at the corners now with one away.
Up next to the
So one out here with runners at first and third. And digging in at the plate will be Justin Turner. From the belt, the pitch. And there he goes toward second. Line toward right center. And that's going to get down out there. And both runners are in to score now as they'll take charge here at 6-4.
Now batting.
Zach Britton, a southpaw standing 6'3", gets the ball now out of the bullpen. Cody Bellinger at the plate now as he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty. It's strike one.
Well, I think he's got to find a way out of this jam and limit the damage. If he's unable to do that, this game could get away from him.
Swung on and hit in the air to left. Stanton has a read on it, and he brings it in for the second out of the inning. Next up is Max Muncy. Hit the ball pretty well in his last at-bat, but it resulted in a line out.
Yeah, Matty, it's always a little frustrating when you square one up. You hit a solid line drive like he did, and all you have to show for it is a jog back to the dugout. That can get in your head for a little while.
One and one to the Dodgers' first baseman. And here's a pitch swung on and missed. 1-2 now.
You have to find a way to lay off that low sinker. There is just no way to do any damage. You're just looking at either a bruised shin or a ground out to the left side.
The 1-2 is swung on and missed. Strike three. Set now for the bottom of the fifth, and that'll bring up the former American League Rookie of the Year, Big Aaron Judge.
Aaron Judge.
Brusdar Graterol, the 6'1" right-hander, will be the one to get the call from the bullpen
Number
here.
48, Brusdar Graterol.
And now a pitch on the way. Oh, right back to him on the mound. And he'll flip on to first to record the out. Now in the box, Torres. It was a flyout for him in his last trip.
Almost, Matty. Almost went deep his last AB. Certainly just missed it. With this guy's big power, he's feeling pretty good at the dish. Look for him to try and get on something and drive it out of the yard this AB.
One out, nobody on. Behind 0-2 now. Now a check swing, but he holds up in time. Ball one. And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2.
Yeah, and if you get a guy flailing at a pitch like that, heck, you're going to go out there and throw that same pitch till he proves he can lay off of it.
Full count, 3-2. Into the windup, ready with the payoff pitch. And he'll try to hold back, but he won't be able to as that's ruled a swing, and there are two away now.
The first baseman, number 9.
Here's Jay Bruce now. First at-bat of the game for him here in the fifth as he was a late entrant into this one. And look out as that one ran in and got him. So digging in now, Mike Tauchman. He started out the evening 0 for 2 so far.
Mike Tauchman.
First pitch on its way. There's the sinker to start him out, missing down and away for ball 1. 1-0 is a curveball that's over for strike 1. A runner on first with 2 away.
You can definitely tell with that foul off right there that he's picking up spin on this pitcher's off-speed stuff. Maybe expect a fastball on this next one.
The 1-2 is a wave and a miss. He struck him out. Top half of the 6th about to get started, and next to bat will be the outfielder, Jock Peterson.
Number 31, Jock Peterson.
Chris Taylor will grab a bat and lead things off here in the top of the 6th.
For Los Angeles, number 3, Chris Taylor.
Way behind that pitch. It's 0-1. Breaking ball below the zone. That's ball 1.
Hey, there's not a lot you can do with a slider breaking down and in unless you catch it way out front. I like the idea of taking it and making the pitcher bring you something a little more hittable.
And he fouls this one off. The 1-2. Hits the top of the zone. He struck him out looking. Coming to the plate now, A.J. Pollock. He tripled earlier, making him 1 for 2 in the ball game. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Fly ball out toward left center field. Stanton on the run. He tracks it down and makes the play to record the 2nd out. So 2 gone now for the Dodgers in the 6th. And up next, the former All-Star shortstop, Corey Seager. Here's the first pitch to him. That just misses off the inside for ball 1. 2 out, nobody on. And it's fouled away. And the pitch misses low and away for ball 2. Three and 1 is the count to the Dodgers shortstop. Now time called at the plate as he'll step out and try and start it again. The 3-1 pitch. Now a check swing here, and no swing, says the home plate umpire. Not even an appeal. It's ball 4. So striding forward now, Will Smith. He singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far. Corey Knebel takes over here with a runner at first and 2 gone in the inning. He's set. Here it comes. A fastball off the plate away. It's ball 1. 2 out with the man at first. And looked like ball 2 below the knees, but it's ruled a strike, and that evens the count at 1-1. This is foul right side.
Looked like he was cheating a heater right there. A little bit too far out in front. Got to find a way to keep his hands back.
The 1-2. Misses, ball 2. pitch is off the catcher's glove as it rolls away, but it won't skip away far enough for the runner to advance. Maybe getting a little jumpy in the box, so he steps out and asks for time. A runner on first with 2 away. Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. Bottom of the 6th inning now, and that'll give way to the third baseman, Miguel Andujar.
The
last at bat, Manny B, we heard this guy's a good fastball hitter. He got a fastball, didn't miss it. We'll see if they pitch him a little bit differently this time and mix in some off-speed pitches.
Back up the middle. And a good effort on the dive that time, but this will get by him for a base hit.
Now batting, the catcher, Gary Sanchez.
At the plate, Gary Sanchez, as he'll take a look at ball 1. It was a walk in his last trip. The 1-0 home is looked at for ball number 2.
Hey, always a good idea to take a couple of pitches when you're facing a young arm like this one. And now he's put himself in a real good hitter's count.
Turned on down the line. Both teams with 6 hits so far. Throw over to the bag. Runner back safely. The 2-1. It's a high fly ball headed for the left field corner. If it stays fair, it's gone. But this one will bend foul. Had plenty of distance, though, as it landed in the upper deck. Started to go. Did he hold up in time? Yes, says the first base umpire. It's ball 3 now. Now a throw over, and he'll get back in safely. And another throw over. A runner at first with no outs here. And awfully close there on 3 and 2, but take your base, says Earl Hendricks. It's ball 4.
Now batting.
So a crucial moment here, and standing in, Giancarlo Stanton. But a single here could reduce the deficit to only 1. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Check swing called strike, 0-1. None out, runners at first and second. A little quick on that swing, and he finds himself behind 0-2. Fouled off. And a good idea to hold off on that swing. It's ball 1. Now time is barked out by the home plate umpire. Fouled away. Half swing here, but it won't matter. It's strike 3 called anyway, and that's out number 1.
Now batting, second
in the box now, DJ LeMahieu. He flew out in his last at-bat. From the stretch. Ball 1, taken just off the inside. Too much dip on the sinker, laid off for a ball.
Got to find a way to execute either a good fastball down and away or flip something off speed for a strike. You cannot miss over the heart of the plate in these situations. The hitter is on high alert.
Front door with the slider, he clips the zone for a called strike. And before the 2-1 pitch here, time called at home plate. Pause, now the pitch. 2-2.
Hey, now he's got me confused up here. This is a known sinker baller out on the mound trying to roll a double play, and he throws him a four-seamer.
2-2 is a changeup that misses. 3-2. Brett Gardner is on deck. Now both runners are breaking. Good swing just a little early, and he'll see another payoff pitch. Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way.
Hey, you guys know me. Hitting's a process of elimination, and I'm eliminating the changeup this next pitch. I'm on everything else.
The next 3-2. Line toward the gap in left center. And that'll get down out there near the wall. A run in. Here's a second runner around third.
The center fielder, number 11.
Caleb Ferguson comes on now, and this move looks to be all about playing the matchup here.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any doubt about that, Matt. They want the lefty-lefty matchup, and that's usually the right move, but we'll just have to see how this plays out.
Ryan Healy will be called on to pinch hit now, and he'll do it in a golden RBI spot as he's got two men in scoring position with only one gone in the inning.
Your attention, please. Pinch hitting for the Yankees, number 28, Ryan Healy.
Curveball just misses apparently. 1-0. That's by him for strike one.
A little too excited right there with runners in scoring position, but I like that better than a guy who's way too patient. Just take a step back, deep breath, recalibrate, and see if you could drive something back up the middle.
Count moves to a ball and 2 strikes now. Now time is asked for at home plate and granted by the umpire back there, Earl Hendricks. And he struck him out. And wouldn't this be something if he could work out of this with that 1-run lead still in
number
check?
99.
Stepping in, Aaron Judge, as he's got a chance to tie this ball game up with that equalizing run just 90 feet away at third. And it appears they're going to give him the intentional walk here, so now they'll have a force at any base with 2 gone.
Labor Torres.
Trying to hold the lead. Here's the delivery. Way late on the fastball for strike one.
I never found myself on the mound in the big leagues, but it must be nice to be able to go to that good hard fastball when you're in a jam.
Sets the target low here, and it misses 1-1.
1-1.
One and 2 now as that one's fouled off. And a throw behind the runner at third, and he'll dive back in. 2 out, bases loaded. This is on the ground to short. Is he going to get out of this? Over to first. He does get out of it, and the inning is over. Next up for Los Angeles, Gavin Lux. 1 for 2 on his line so far in the game.
Second baseman, number 9,
First pitch of the at-bat on its way.
1-0.
The 1-0 home is offered at and missed for the first strike.
I think it's about time to choke up on that bat and get that foot down. He's awfully tardy right now.
And he comes back with a fastball. 1-2 now. And now we'll take a moment here at home plate as he asks for time. The 1-2 is swung on and missed. Strike three. One gone now in the LA seventh. And up next, one of the terrific talents in the game, Mookie Betts. From the stretch. Out of play. Nothing in one count. Here it comes. Check swing, but he held up in time. Ball one. Maybe trying to back him up a bit there with the fastball. High in the air out to center field. Judge is on his horse. He's got it. A nice play there. 2 away. Trying to pick things up where we left off. Justin Turner. He's 2 for 3 and looking for more here. First delivery to him on the way. There's the fastball that gets the lower part of the zone, called for a strike.
Hey, with 2 outs in the number 2 hole, you're just trying to get on. You got the big boys coming up behind you.
1-1.
There's a fastball well off the plate for a ball. And a knuckle curve missed that time. 2-1. And the pitch. Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. Judge will get there, and he puts it away to retire the side.
For the traditional 7th inning stretch.
Last half of the 7th here, and coming forward, the veteran outfielder, Jay Bruce.
This thing's far from over, even though we're moving into the back end of this game. Only down by 1. All they need to do is get this leadoff guy, and they're an extra base hit away from tying this thing up.
1 ball, no strikes to count. A ball and a strike.
Hey, I don't blame him for giving up on that curveball. That was a rainbow coming out of the sky. Stole a strike.
And he fouls this one off. And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball. Now a check swing, and he went around, says the home plate umpire. Tough ruling, but it's out number 1.
The designated hitter.
To the plate now is the designated hitter, Mike Tuchman. 3 at-bats for him in this one. Neil Walker will pinch hit here, and he's the potential tying run.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Pinch hitting for the Yankees. Number 12, Neil.
Joe Kelly takes the call from the pen as he'll try to get the final 2 outs of this 7th frame.
Number 17, Joe Kelly.
And the 34-year-old veteran looks at a called strike. It's 0-1. And he pulled up in time, but it's a called strike 2. Pulled high in the air out to right field. Bellinger's under it. And he makes the catch for the second out. Now at the plate, Miguel Andujar. He scored after reaching on a single in his last time up.
Andujar.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. The 0-1.
Foul ball.
And an off-speed pitch swung on and missed, and with that, the side is retired. Cody Bellinger at the plate now. It was a flyout for him in his last trip.
Cody Bellinger.
Aroldis Chapman is called upon, and it's not for his usual role. Just hoping to keep the deficit at 1 here. Here comes the first pitch. And here's a fastball called for strike 1.
Hey, great job pounding the zone strike 1. When you got a great hitter in the box, got to get ahead. Count leverage is a must.
Awfully close with the slider there, but it's 1-1. Swing and a miss on a pitch outside. 1-2 now. And maybe trying to get him off stride at the plate, so he'll step out and ask for time. Ready with the 1-2. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. And he checked his swing, but it's a strike 3 called, and that's the first out of the inning.
Now
so here's the cleanup hitter, Max Muncy. 0 for 2 with a run batted in for him thus far. First offering on its way. Good deception on the slider there as he's way out in front. Chapman is known in part as a reliever with a clutch factor, perhaps. An escape artist is another way to put it. Regardless, he seems to be at his best when pressed up into difficult situations, which is kind of what you want out of a bullpen arm.
No doubt about it, Matty V. And I call a guy like this troubleshooters, guys that you can bring into a game with runners in scoring position. They don't panic. They keep the game at a slow pace. And more importantly, they make good pitches to good hitters to get out of tough situations.
Stepping in now, Chris Taylor. Popped him up. LeMahieu ranging into shallow right. He's got it. A nice play there. 2 away. Ready for another shot now. A.J. Pollock. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point.
Pollock.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. The 0-1. Smoked on the ground left side. Torres has it. On to Healy at first, and the side is retired. Standing in, Gary Sanchez.
Leading
it
off
was a
for the
walk in
Yankees,
his last trip.
the catcher, Gary Sanchez.
He's set and the pitch. Here's a knuckle curve that backs him up a bit. Ball 1. Well, this one's been a bit of a head scratcher despite their home run production today.
Yeah, Matty V, this is one of those that you kind of scratch your head and you go, wow, you hit the ball all in the ballpark, but still not enough offense. It just goes to show you this sport is still, D-Roll, all about pitching.
It is. It begins and ends on that bump right there. And there's just so many facets to the game. Defense, base running. It's just not the team that hits the most home runs is going to win the ball.
Down by a run, your guy needs to get on any way he can. His mentality has to be to shrink this strike zone to like the size of a soup can. No reason to swing at a pitcher's pitch.
And he lays off ball 4. So now the potential tying run here is aboard late in the game.
The batter.
So
the
a
right
big
fielder.
moment here, and standing in, Giancarlo Stanton. And he does so representing the possible go-ahead run.
Your
Pedro
attention,
Baez
please.
takes the ball here as he'll enter with a runner at first and nobody
Number
out.
52, Pedro Baez.
Has a look, now the pitch. Oh, 1 count. Here's the pitch. Tried to get him to go after the slider, but it's 1-1. Baez was known as a short relief specialist, a guy who came in, got 1 or 2 big outs, but with the new pace of play rules, they're forcing a change for this right-hander. Starts to go around, but the home plate umpire says he held up ball 2. In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. Now he'll step out at the plate and reassess things here. He's set. Here's the 2-2. High fly ball out to straightaway center. There to look it in his bets, and that's out number 1. So a runner at first now with 1 away, and that'll bring in DJ LeMahieu. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch.
Oh, that's it.
Hits are even at 7 apiece. Fastball taken, but that gets the zone for a strike.
That's the exact spot to lean on as a reliever. As a hitter, you just have to tip your cap and look for the next one.
And he couldn't pull that one back as he clearly broke the plane to the plate, and that'll be ruled a strike. Maybe getting a little jumpy in the box, so he steps out and asks for time. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. And he struck him out. So striding in, Ryan Healy.
Now batting, the first baseman, Ryan Healy.
He's ready. Here's the first offering.
He got the fastball where he wanted and just pulled off of it.
Here comes the 0-1. Oh, has him looking silly here. It's 0-2. Now time is asked for at home plate and granted by the umpire back there, Earl Hendricks. And he'll try to hold up in time, but to no avail as he went around, and the inning is over. All set to start the 9th in this one, and striding to the plate will be Corey Seager. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Shows bunt as he gets this one down. And they'll just tag him out along the first base line. At the plate, Will Smith. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. First offering on its way. And he throws the fastball by him here. 0-1.
Gotta love a reliever that comes in firing bullets, and his fastball is a good one.
And he'll try to hold back the swing, but he'll do so unsuccessfully as that's ruled a strike. And now time granted here as he'll step out to rethink things, down 0-2. 0-2 count, and the pitch. Here's a swing and a high pop-up. And there's out number 2. Now to the plate, Gavin Lux. He was sat down on strikes in his last at-bat.
Yeah, and kind of shocked he got blown away with a fastball. You could tell he was late on that one. And we'll see if he tries to cheat to something this AB.
Your
Kike
attention,
Hernandez
please.
will get the call to
Pinch
pinch
hit
hit
for
here
Los
as we'll
Angeles.
see what he can do with 2
Number
out and the
14.
base is empty.
Kike Hernandez.
And it's fouled away. 1-run game here in the top of the 9th. And the slider is low and inside as he just about got him there. Sinker misses that time, and it's 2-1. Now here it comes. He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
Every base runner in a close game like this really matters, so you can't afford to be giving out free passes this late.
Down the first baseline. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And before the big 3-2 pitch, time is called at home plate. Struck him out, so it remains a 1-run lead as they head in for their final set of swings. Kenley Jansen is the man called on to close this one and earn a save in the 9th.
Number 74.
All set for the bottom of the 9th, and that'll bring up the big bat of Aaron Judge.
Leading off for the Yankees, the center fielder.
He's ready. Here's the first
Aaron
offering.
Judge.
Swung on and missed. It's 0-1.
1 strike.
Ripped down the line. And that's the first out.
Up next
Into the
for
box now, Torres.
The
He got on
shortstop.
top of one and was a
Labor.
ground out victim last time.
Torres.
Here's the first pitch to him. Cut fastball in there for a called strike. And he checks his swing. Did he go around? Yes, says the first base umpire. Strike 2. The 0-2 delivery. Yanked on the ground down the line. But this will wind up foul. Still 0-2. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. Swinging a hard liner to center field. Betts is there, and folks are starting to head for the exits now. 2 gone here in the 9th. Next will be the cleanup hitter, Jay Bruce. He struck out swinging in his last trip to the plate.
Yeah, but it was a good changeup, Matty. Good arm action on that pitch. Look for him to try and stay back a little bit more. Let the ball get a little deeper. Don't be shocked if this pitcher tries to rush a heater right here.
He's got time.
And signals crossed that time, so he'll step off and try again. Jansen comes set. First pitch on its way. That one's down around the knees, taken for a strike. And he falls behind 0-2. Last chance for the Yankees. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over.
Man, they're making it look awful easy out there. That's 9 wins in a row. That's right, 9 wins in a row. And by the way they're playing, I see no reason why this streak is going to end anytime soon. They're just playing great baseball.
And tonight's 1-run game comes to an end, 6-5 the final. The Dodgers used a nice 5th inning to take the lead, and they never gave it back. Blake Trinan pitches well enough to get the W. Albert Abreu permitted 6 earned runs to come across in the losing effort. So that's a wrap here tonight. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and Heidi Watney, this is Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, find us on Twitter at MLB The Show.
Here now is our final line score tonight. First for the victorious Dodgers, 6 runs, 7 hits, no errors. They left 3 men on base. For the Yankees, 5 runs, 7 hits, no errors. They left 8 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 31 minutes. Our paid attendance here tonight at Yankee Stadium, 47,309. The Yankees thank you for attending and remind you to please get home safely.